Well, good morning, everybody. It is Wake Up Well time, and it's the 15th, which means that we are looking at Psalm 15 today. And I'm going to read it all. It says this, it's a Psalm of David. Who may worship in your sanctuary, Lord? Who may enter your presence on your holy hill? Those who lead blameless lives and do what is right, speaking the truth from sincere hearts. Those who refuse to gossip or harm their neighbours or speak evil of their friends. Those who despise flagrant sinners and honour the faithful followers of the Lord. Those who keep their promises even when it hurts. Those who lend money without charging interest and who cannot be bribed to lie about the innocent. Such people will stand firm forever. So it's a well-known psalm, actually. You know, who may ascend the hill of the Lord. It's that kind of thing. And David has in mind the kind of life that leads to the presence of God. When he says, who may worship in your sanctuary, who may enter your presence on your holy hill, he's talking about that sense of where is God? You know, the Ark of the Covenant and the temple and coming into God's presence. And I don't know about you, but often my first reaction to that question is, not me! You know, you kind of think, well, I haven't got clean hands and a pure heart. You know, I'm not sure I live a blameless life and I do what is right. I'm not sure I speak the truth from a sincere heart all the time. And it's true, isn't it? And yet, David's talking here about the old covenant, the old style where you had to gain your reputation with God. You had to earn his favour, as it were, by sacrifices and so on. That's not the case for you and me today. Today, you and I know that if we're followers of Jesus, then we are already righteous. It says, you know, blameless lives. The old version in some of the older translations is righteous. And you and I are already that through faith. It's that simple. That's the message of the whole of the book of Romans. We are made righteous. We are made right with God simply by faith. And so actually, I now qualify. And that's the first thing to take from Psalm 15. I qualify to be in the presence of God. I qualify to be his friend. I qualify. And if we said nothing else, then it's worth hearing that today, isn't it? And so the things that David goes through, he kind of lists these kind of ways. And the first thing he says, two main things he says is those who lead blameless lives and those who do what is right, the righteous. And so he's talking about lifestyle, and he's talking about your kind of presentation before God, how God sees you. And we've already addressed that. We're okay with that one. But lifestyle still matters, doesn't it? You know, we can be followers of Jesus, and the call, therefore, is to live well. And David says, well, it's those kind of people who refuse to gossip or do harm to their neighbours. It's those kind of people who know that my life is a reflection of God, and I want other people to see the life of God in me. And so I need to, you know, treat my neighbours well and with respect and so on. And he says it's those people that don't lie, those people who don't speak evil of their friends or you know, gossip and so on. And there's something, isn't there, about the power of the tongue. And of course, Jesus said that out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And so again, the righteousness that we have from God actually needs to overflow into the way that we live today, the words that we use, the way that we live amongst other people, in other words, our neighbours. And finally, he says, well, okay, you know, those people that live like that you don't do harm, you are kind, you don't do people out with your finances and so on. Such people will stand firm forever. That's the last thing that he says. And what he means is that, you know, if you live this way, you can expect to be blessed by God. And we know that we're blessed because we're followers of his, but we also know that what we do with our lives will bring blessing, or it can bring the opposite if we're not careful. And so today, I encourage you, you can stand in the presence of God. You are called into friendship with God. And you and I are also called to live well today, to wake up well, to live in a kind way that reflects the goodness of God in our lives to those neighbours around us. So I bless you as you do that this day.